welcome to the Information Broker. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how, cold approaching girls, picking up girls, it's like fishing. So imagine, going fishing. To be a good fisherman, you have to be in the game for a long time. You have to have a lot of experience. And then, you catch a few good ones, you catch a few bad ones, you test it out, and you see, how to vet for a good fish, how to vet for a bad fish, when to let it go. And sometimes you take risks, and even though you could have caught a good fish because you were experimenting through hundreds of fishes at the time, maybe using a different bait, even though that one works better for this one, you were kind of experimenting, it's kind of like, gaming a girl. Sometimes, you're texting a girl and that if you, maybe wait it out just a little bit longer, a little bit patient, you can guarantee, getting her. But because you want to experiment with girls in different approaches and see what works best, which one doesn't, you're just kind of experimenting at the time. You're open to all options and you want to see which one works better, which techniques works. You want to take maybe a little bit more risk with this girl and ask something more provocative, to see how she responds. And you're just getting the, you're just testing out the field, even though, you know that if you're a little bit patient, you can catch it. You want to see, how she'll react, and what the response will be. And so you take these risks, and when you do, you get different results. And by going through, a lot of fish and going through a lot of the batch, you learn how to game more efficiently. You learn, and this is kind of true with women as well. The long and it's kind of a numbers game too, and it's also a lot of it is kind of luck as well, because you're catching fish left and right, you're getting all the experience, you're testing out which one works best, which one doesn't, and you can take the lessons and what you did correctly from your wins, and if you screwed up, you look back at and be like, okay, well, how can I fix this? What can I do better next time to make sure that I don't make this mistake again? Or if something didn't turn out the way you were expecting, let's say you were talking to a girl, everything seemed good, she was very interested, she was giving you the indicator of interest, she was yeah, I'm free on this day, let's hang out, I'm free every Friday as well as the weekend, and you think everything's going well, and the moment you split up ways and then you part ways and you start texting, there's no reply, and be like, what the hell did I do wrong? And you gotta kind of contemplate and be like, okay, well, how can I fix this issue next time? What can I do better to make sure that this mistake doesn't happen again? And those are some of the experiences that you will experience. Other times, but like I said, it's also luck. So there's an aspect of luck in the game as well. So let's say you're cold approaching, and every once in a blue moon, you meet this golden 10 that's your type. She looks perfect. In your eyes, she looks perfect. She has this killer personality, and you're very attracted to her, and she's also very attracted to you. If you didn't have this experience in the past, you could have screwed it up very easily. But because you held on to the game long enough, and you were in field, and you were persistent, and you were resilient no matter the outcome, and you were learning from each experience, whether positive, good, bad, big fish or small fish. When these opportunities come and you're prepared and you have the experience and you can spot when the opportunity comes, you can go all in, and you can guarantee that she becomes yours. I think it's the same with business and entrepreneurship. You have to be in field long enough. You don't know when the big fish, the golden fish, is gonna come up. But if you're not prepared, if you didn't have the past experience, even if that fish comes up, you probably wouldn't know that it's a golden fish. You probably wouldn't, and even if you do, you probably wouldn't have the experience or taken enough risk and experimented with the game in the past to guarantee that you catch that fish. And so it's important to be persistent and play for the long run. And all in all, the game itself is essentially, it's a game of fishing. You have to be persistent. You have to be in the game long enough to gain all these experiments, to know the the spectrum of women that you're dealing with, which one is a good, which one is a bad, you know, when to go all in, when to be patient, you know, when to use different techniques. And you wouldn't know if you're not experimenting with hundreds of fishes, hundreds of girls. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Please press the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.